Alright, so if you watched the last video, I said that I was tired of giving Bellroy my money, but I'm also tired of giving them my time. Primarily because the more time that I give them is just a painful reminder of how much money that I've spent with them over the years. So in an effort to quickly get through the rest of my collection, I'm going to go over all of my Bellroy bags and backpacks in this one video. And if you're patient enough to stick to the end, I'm going to show you one new non-Bellroy backpack that I've been using. But before we jump into things, if I can quickly ask you to leave a like on this video if you enjoy the content and subscribe to the channel to help things grow, that is very much appreciated. But alright, let's go ahead and start with the Bellroy Venture Sling. So I've had this bag since its release, and it's probably the one that I carry most in the summer. But given the opportunity again, I'd probably buy the smaller version. But they actually didn't make a smaller version when I purchased this one. This was the only model available. It's 9 liters, so it's big enough to carry a small tablet or a camera, plus all your daily essentials. And honestly, I think it has pretty good organization inside. There's also another zipper compartment so you can store away something a little bit more securely. And the main compartment of the bag closes with this zipper here, which can be opened from either side. The organization throughout the bag is pretty simple, but I think it's efficient and gets the job done. I have minimal complaints about it, which is why I've been carrying it for so long. Like most Bellroy bags, there's also an AirTag pocket inside, though I do wonder if that was the original intent for that pocket or if it just so happened to fit in that pocket, so they just kind of went with it. And I find the strap comfortable, although it's pretty minimal on the material. Admittedly, it can get uncomfortable if you overpack the bag, but you shouldn't be overpacking the bag anyway. And I really like the Venture Pack material. It looks really high quality and it's very durable. Cleans up easy. I've had no problems with it. For perspective, it kind of reminds me of the Peak Design sling bags, but without the rigidity. And sometimes that's really all that you need. So, it gets the job done. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Bellroy 26-liter Venture Pack backpack. And this is probably my all-around favorite backpack. Over the years, I've adopted, kind of a packing cube strategy in most cases. So this is a great bag to put, a bunch of smaller bags inside, as crazy as that sounds to say. But everything that I said that I loved about the Venture sling bag applies to this bag as well. It's just scaled up to the backpack size. It's got this very cavernous space that lets you just kind of dump everything inside and get access to the entire bag. On a flight, I would strategically plan to pack anything that you might need access to right here on the top, so you don't have to dig through the bottom of the bag. And there's also this really deceptively large exterior pocket, and that's great for all your quick access stuff, whether that be sunglasses or wallets or keys or whatever. And it's also got this pretty huge side hidden pocket. You could actually fit a water bottle in there, but I would recommend putting something in there like a Nintendo Switch. It can fit a water bottle, but the problem is it does eat into the main compartment space, and you probably don't want to do that. On the opposite side of the bag, there is a pocket that you could use for a water bottle, but a thicker water bottle probably isn't going to fit. There's not a ton of elasticity to this thing. But if you're using this as, say, a camera bag, you can put a tripod in it, as it does have a hook here to secure whatever you're carrying to the bag. And at 26 liters, it will fit under the seat of most domestic flights here in the US. So the tech portion of the bag is actually shared with the main compartment. So if you're packed out pretty tight, it may be rough getting to your laptop and iPad or whatever else you have to take out for airport security. But again, when traveling by plane or just headed to a coffee shop, I really do love this backpack. But on the occasion that I do need something a little bit larger, I go with the Bellroy Transit backpack in the 38-liter variety. And aside from the size of the bag and, the ability to pack a bit more than the 26-liter, I'm not a huge fan of this backpack at all. So unlike the 26-liter, where one side you get the zip compartment where you can store a water bottle, and then you have the other side, which is kind of more of a traditional water bottle pocket, you get both of these sides with zip compartments. Both sides eat into the bag space. There's no exterior water bottle pocket on the Transit at all. And the zippers really aren't great. They're pretty stiff in comparison to my other Bellroy bags, and the leather pull tabs that they have on them definitely feel like they're gonna fall off one day. The material in the transit bag is a bit harder to clean than the venture bags in my opinion. Stains are a bit more stubborn and harder to come out, but the bag itself does feel pretty durable. And the quick access pocket across the front of the transit bag is pretty large as well. If you get cold on flights like me, you could probably fold up a travel hoodie or a travel blanket and toss it in there and have some quick access to it on your flight. And unlike the Venture Pack, the tech compartment is actually separate from the main bag. So what this means is that if your clothes are packed to the brim in the main bag, you can still access your laptop and take it out if needed for airport security, or if you just want to grab your laptop at the airport or something like that. And at 38 liters, there's pretty much room for everything in this bag, and it will fit under the seat in front of you. I've done it, but it will eat up all of your leg room, so I definitely recommend putting this one overhead if given the opportunity. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this one, so I think this is one of the bags that I'm going to replace at some point. I've been looking at the packed bags. If you have any experience with those, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think about them. But for now, the transit bag is what I have to work with. And moving on to my least favorite Bellroy bag, that is the Bellroy Light Duffle. And the story behind this one is, I needed a new gym bag and I saw this one on sale. It had a bit more of a modern look. I'm not a huge fan of the tactical look on gym bags, so I decided to give it a try. Overall, it seems like a really nice packable duffel because, you can roll it up down to almost nothing, but there's really no organization in this thing. I mean, there's pockets inside, but the pockets are pretty floppy, so if you put something small in there, it's just gonna fall out while you're traveling. And the bag itself isn't very large, so if you're carrying a pair of shoes and you happen to wear a size 12.5 or something larger, it leaves you about no room for anything else in the bag. And there's no dedicated shoe compartment, there's no dedicated dirty clothes compartment or anything like that. You're just kind of on your own. So I tend to pack an extra bag for those types of things. Like the Venture Sling, I do like how it zips open from both sides, so no matter what side I'm reaching for the bag, I can always grab a zipper and open it up. But at the same time, I hate that the zippers don't actually close the bag because of these weird sides. I mean, seriously, what are we doing here? Like, what is this? So it might make a great duffel for other use cases, but as a gym bag, the light duffel is a 0 out of 10. I would not recommend. And that is all my Bellroy bags, and if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. And I'm going to show you one more bag that I've been carrying recently that I really love, and that is the Alpaca Metro. So recently I upgraded to the 13-inch M4 iPad Pro, and I wanted a bag that I could carry it in. As I mentioned, the Venture Sling could carry a tablet, a smaller tablet, perhaps the 11-inch, but the 13-inch is definitely not going to fit in that thing. And in my research, I really didn't see a sling that I liked that could accommodate a 13-inch iPad, but I came across this 12-liter backpack and decided to give it a try. But yeah, this is a really nice, small, compact backpack that carries everything that I would put in my sling, plus my iPad. It's really comfortable, lightweight, and easy to clean. And there's plenty of room and organization inside for whatever I'm carrying that day. But as we all know, no bag is perfect, this one included. The zipper is a little weird on this one. I'm starting to realize how hard good zippers are to come by. But the zipper is sewn under this flap here, which probably helps a ton with water resistance. But it's a ridiculous amount of extra fabric if you ask me, and it just makes it a pain to open the bag when you need to. But that's a relatively minor complaint, and I think it's a pretty cool EDC tech bag. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up here, and like I said at the beginning of the video, now I can be done with Bellroy videos for the foreseeable future, at least until they want to start sponsoring some content. Yeah, I'm just definitely ready to move on to some other brands and try out some new stuff. And I am most definitely in search for a new gym bag, so if you have a recommendation there, let me know in the comments. And I really appreciate all of the recommendations that you left for wallets on my last video. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to leave a link to it somewhere here on the screen. And I really hope that I earned your subscription, and I catch you in the next one. All right, later.